Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Alicia and welcome to Kinky Sweat, a platform where I combine my love of movement and beauty. Mostly my movement stuff is on Instagram, and if you want to check out what I do on the daily basis, then head on over. Here I like to do a lot of beauty tutorials, demos, reviews. I haven't done hair stuff in a while, I'm so sorry. It's because I get a little lazy when it comes to hair since I have to take this whole setup into my bathroom, or I could just suck it up and do it here. It's fine. I'll just do that instead. Anyway, today we're doing 3 looks using the new Nude from Huda Beauty. You guys had requested that I do because the overall consensus with this palette is that you could only create one look given that the shades are similar in undertone. But I played with this last night and created 3 looks for you guys that you could use or not use, or maybe they could just spark some inspiration for this palette. So if you want to get into that, then please keep on watching. If you want to see my full-on review and swatch video, I'll link that card up above and the video link down below. Just for the foundation. Okay, that's enough. Going in with Cover FX's Total Cover Cream Foundation in the shade G60. I got this from Whole Look. I think the original price is somewhere in the 40s, and I got it for like 20 something dollars, and I've been using it non-stop. I first introduced this foundation in my ColourPop Holiday Collection video, which I will also link up above and down below. So you see that I kind of scraped off some with my spatula, and ideally I would warm this up on the back of my hand, but for days when I'm really lazy, like, you know, today and most days, I just go straight in from the compact into the brush. This is my Zoeva 110. I also love to use my Wayne Goss #1 that came in his anniversary 2 set, but sometimes because I'll interrupt myself again. Today is Black Friday, the day I'm filming. Who went crazy today? I was like, Alicia, you're out of control. And the thing is, I don't know if you guys do this. During the year, you see things that you love and you want to buy, but you hold back because you know the sale is coming. They're coming. And then when you see everything on your wish list on sale, it just goes nuts. It's like, okay, check out, check out, check out, check out, check out. I have like this weight of, you know, like, oh boy, okay, so you got everything. You don't need anything else. And I keep having to tell myself that over and over again. You got what you wanted. That's it. A part of my ridiculous purchases that I made, I got the Sephora brush set, but because of this cup holder, look how blingy this cup holder is. And not only the blinginess of it that kind of tempt me to get it, but I love the size because I have a huge problem with packing way too much, and if the cup holder itself is lighter, it will inspire me to pack less brushes. And unfortunately, this guy takes up half the space in there, because if you see, it's not very big, and this already is going to take up, you know, space I need for other brushes. This is why the Zoeva is perfect, because it's a lot smaller in the handle and in the brush head, and I could just fit more brushes in there for the rest of my face and for my eyes. Like, this is an ideal brush to carry along too as well. The bling and the size, man, I couldn't help myself. This is a standard size brush holder, and this is a smaller, which I feel is just so helpful when you need to cut down on the packing and you need to save the space for other items while traveling. It's so pretty and sparkly, I couldn't help myself. So that's why I've just been using this brush over and over again, because this is the brush I will take with me when traveling, and I will use that cup holder. And I think Lisa Eldridge uses a small buffer brush as well, and she's also a fan of Zoeva, so let me know down below, friends, what you got for Black Friday. Not gonna lie, kind of disappointed about the Pat McGrath Black Fantasy Friday special. I thought she was going to reveal something new, which maybe was just dumb to even assume, probably because with the recent release of Opulence, I mean, what else could you possibly ask for? An all matte 10 pen eyeshadow palette, please. Maybe we'll get that in the new year. The question is, can Alicia participate in a no-buy 2019? It's hard when in this reviewing type of sector because, you know, I'm not on anyone's PR list in terms of cosmetics as of yet. So to quicken this up, I'm going in with the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Sand. I have a beauty sponge. I just didn't, you know, wet it and squeeze anything. I'm going to redo quickly my eyebrows, so I'll be right back. I did my eyebrows off camera, and for some reason this always turns out so much better. I mean, look at that. I don't know why. Setting the under eyes with my Milk Makeup translucent loose powder in the shade Light, making sure any creases that are there we just carefully pat away. And this is my Wayne GOSS number 2 from Anniversary 2. I'll go a little heavier around my nose since I creased there more so than anywhere else on my face. And the reason why I wanted to do my face on camera is because I wanted to show how I've been setting my face. And this is the Pressed Mineral Foundation Compact, also from Cover FX, in the same shade G60. I got this with the cream foundation on Hot Look. Love me some whole look. And using my Sonia G Face One in with that mineral powder. And I just use it to set the cream. And I think it gives a really nice veil of warmth. So if I ever feel the cream itself lightens me up, which I don't think it does, I just go over it with the mineral foundation. And I feel it's not going to look textured on my skin. It will still look smooth and silky and pretty much airbrushed, you know what I'm saying? And of course, the Face One is ideal. Who's excited for her new Pro Eye set? I am just like, I think she released the date November 29th. Oh my god, I'm counting down the days. And I was gonna buy a couple of Hakuhodo brushes, but it looks like some of them look like the ones I was going to purchase, so I might hold off on that. But I don't know, man. I am so excited because I've been loving her brushes. And again, ever since I purchased Wayne GOSS and Sonia G brushes, like, my temptation, there has been zero temptation to buy any brushes from any other brand. The ones I still get tempted by, Zoeva, but I feel back in the day I purchased like a bunch of Zoeva brushes that I really don't need to purchase anymore. And Smith brushes, I purchased a bunch of Smith brushes, but their eye brushes, I feel, I don't think they're handmade because they're laser cut, and they feel a little rough on my skin. It's like after you use Wayne, when they're hand gathered, the points are thinner because if it's laser cut, the ends are blunt, and that will make a difference on how they feel on your skin. Let's do some bronzer, going in with NARS's Casino. And I'm going to use my Sonia G Sculpt 1. Just get in a little warmth in there. Oh my god, all the Black Friday emails are just coming through. But let's get real. Black Friday is no longer Black Friday. It's Black Week. Starting the Monday that week before the Friday. Black Friday starts now on Tuesday. It's like, okay, listen, if I could get that early discount, whatever. All right, kids, we're looking warm. I'm gonna keep this as, because I actually used some of the new Nude shades for my blush, and I wanted to experiment with one of the shimmer shades for highlight, so we'll see how that goes. Since our complexion is done, alright, the first look I wanted to hit you with is a lilac one. Again, here is the palette and how it looks like. I first will go in with lace. Then, just from the look of lace, you figure out, okay, well, which other shade has like a purpley undertone? And with that, I decided to go in with tea, because I think these two pair really well together, and it won't get too pinky because it'll probably stay more lavender purple. Because these mattes have a lot of glide, and I must say these mattes in the new Nude perform exceptionally well, I'm gonna keep my concealer as is and not set it. I will pat it down a little bit to make sure the creases are blended so that the shadow doesn't pick up on the crease. From the looks of it, you could probably tell I was experimenting last night. Lace with my Wayne number 4. I'm just gonna place that right in the crease. I want to make sure I get as much color impact as I can. Now, even on camera, it appears very pink, and it probably could be the influence from what was left on this brush, even though I wiped it. But I think once we go in with teas, it will turn out more purple. Same brush, now with tease. Let's start applying that to the outer corner. In person, this looks a lot more purple than it does on camera. Because it is very light now, it's the middle of the day, the light is pulling more pink out of this look. And I feel that's probably why on a lot of demos and tutorials you've seen using this palette that they all look like they all turn out the same, which, you know, I get for $65. I did get this during one of the Rouge sale weekends, so it knocked down the price a little bit, because $65 is a lot of money for one palette. Like, I know there are 18 shades in here, but woo, it's a lot of money. Placing that on the inner third with the same shade tease. Yeah, this is crazy. This looks more purple in person. It looks a lot cooler. Maybe if I see the footage, I'll change my mind about it, because right now is looking really pink. I'm actually gonna go in with whoa, are you gonna focus on me? Secret. Now with my weight number 6, and I'm just gonna drag that across the edges. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit as well. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Taking number 4 with tease, I'm gonna drag that across the lower lash. Now with Daydream, using my finger, just placing that on the center between those shades. I would say this is the weakest out of all the Wizard shades. Charmed is definitely has a lot more body, a lot more opacity, but you just have to take your time and build this shade up. Taking the same shade with my pinky under my lash line, feathering the edges so everything looks seamless. We'll apply some lashes and I'll be right back. Lashes are on. Applied some mascara to my bottom lashes and also for my lip, because I thought this was like purpley, or else I thought it looked like it. I applied my Makeup Forever artist pencil in the shade Anywhere Caffeine, paired with the very old, I'm still holding on to this color, the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne collab Comfort Matte in the shade Bun Bun. It has more of a purple undertone for the nude, and I thought it paired well with the look. And to top it off, I wanted to take my Pat McGrath Lush lip gloss in the shade Ellie Angelic. It has purpley glitters, and I thought it would look really nice with the look. And here's look number 1. What do you think? Here is how the lids look with the mattes. I know, again, it looks very like the same as all the new nude looks have been showing up, but I actually think in person this looks a lot more purple lavender than it does on camera, and maybe I'll change my mind when I edit the footage. But just from what I see in the mirror in front of me, it definitely pulls more purple. And again, I think if you just stick to the shades that have similar undertones, you can make distinct looks using the palette. All right, friends, we're gonna take this off and move on to look number 2. Next look I'm excited about is like a nice mauvey pinking monochromatic look. First, we're going in with Teddy. Maybe I could put a clip of lace while I'm applying lace and now as I'm applying Teddy to see if it actually shows up different, because I feel this looks more distinctly like beige pink. Taking a little bit of play and just using this shade to blend out the edges of Teddy. Now again with my way number 4 in with Raw. And if you can see, I feel like Raw and Teddy have similar undertones. Like they're probably the warmer shades out of the bunch, and that's why I feel I should pair them together. I'm gonna put that on the outer V. Let's also apply Raw to the inner thirds. I'm gonna carry that across the crease and connect the 2 portions. Now with my Sonia G. Worker 1 with Raw, the deeper of the 2, and I'm just gonna run that across my lower lash line. Taking Teddy again and running that across top and bottom to make sure everything looks blended. And just to change it up, I'm actually going to place a matte color on my lid, and that will be the shade Play. Same Sonia G Worker 1, and I'm gently just gonna pat that down because I feel it adds really beautiful lightness to the lid, but it's not stark white. It's a warm beige shade that I feel combines well with the deeper mattes. And just to make sure we didn't lose Raw, I'm taking my number 6 and feathering out the edges between play and raw. Alright, I'm gonna apply these lashes again and I'll be right back. Lashes are on, and this is the look we use just with the mattes. I set up the lip using my, again, Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Versatile Chestnut, and I wanted to show the lip that I really love to wear with this eye look. I'm gonna grab the ColourPop lippy sticks from there. This is Not a Dream Holiday Collection in the shade Dream Date. Popping that right in Versatile Chestnut. And also from their holiday collection, I'm going to grab their ultra glossy lip in the shade Round Midnight. Hello, you're gonna focus on me. I'm gonna pop that on top. Then I wanted to show you a shade that I actually like to use for blush. And with that, just to tie in the whole look together, I'm going in with my Wayne number 2 in with Teddy. And I really loved how this showed up as a blush. So I'm gonna take a little bit and just pop it there on the cheeks. And I feel like it ties the look together. It looks monochromatic, very soft, very peachy. And also, if you're my skin tone, I think these shades are great for tan skin for blush. I mean, it just gives you that beautiful flush of color. It's not overwhelming. It's very soft, but it doesn't look cool or doesn't look chalky. And just for kicks, so you can see, I also love to use Tickle for a blush. So we're gonna use the same brush. We're gonna pop it more on the apples of the cheeks and see how that gives a really beautiful flush of color on the face. And of course, this brush head is ideal because the shadow pans are shadow pans and not huge like a complexion product, but this brush head is perfect because it doesn't pick up the other deeper colors. Just give one final buff, and just to see, I wanna try Play and use that as like a matte highlight. And with that, Inglot 4SS, just tap a little bit just at the top. I mean, it doesn't really show, but I feel it as a little bit of contrast. If it does, it does, you know, just trying something new. I wonder how Crave would look. I'm gonna use, Crave on my finger and just pop that on the very top. Ooh, not crazy about it on my face. I think this will probably more ideal if I were to apply it on bare skin, because that formula just works better on a tackier surface, whether it be concealer on the lid or just bare skin before going in with powder to set. I think a matte highlight will look really pure. Hold on. Also part of my whole look sale when I bought all the cover effects. This is their highlighter shade in Sunlight, and these didn't do very well because they're not very blingy at all. They're very soft, but I think ideal for this very situation, where if I have a matte eye and I don't want a metallic highlighter, Sculpt number 2 with Sunlight, it just really offers up a beautiful soft glow that's not blingy, but it is gonna create that glow from within look. And I think that's perfect if you have a matte eye, very matte skin, or even a satin finish with your complexion products. Because I don't particularly love a shimmery highlight paired with the matte eye, because if I want a matte eye, I want it to be matte everywhere else. So that's what I'm trying to keep consistent with the whole look. I do want to go in with Bare, probably with a smaller brush. I think that will be best. This is my Smith 253, and I do want to place that onto the inner corner. I think it's a really nice ending to the look, because again, we want that portion of the eye to look bright, but I don't want it to look shiny. So here's look number 2. How do you like it? I love this lip combination. I figured it out last night. The 2 holiday pieces from ColourPop with the Versatile Chestnut, I think just really gives the my pinky nude, like this is a pinky nude I like. It doesn't look too peachy or too brassy on me, and I think it looks beautiful with the shadows we chose for this look. Here's a close-up of the eyes, again all matte with Teddy and Raw. I thought those shades had more of a brown undertone, and I thought it will look really nice tied in together with the beige matte. Last look. This look is inspired by Mel Thompson, who is beyond gorgeous, and her eyeshadow looks are immaculate. She had a really smoked out lower lash line, I think for sure. She used Love Bite, so I want to experiment with that today. But first, since we did the lilac shade and then we went in with like the brownie shades, now we're going to go into like what's distinctly pink, and this is now the shade Tickle. And with that, I'm going to go in with Believe, way number 16, of course. In with Spanked. And Spanked looks like a deep rosy pink. And I feel pairs well with what did we just put on? Tickle. I think I want to go more bronzy with this, and with that I'm going to use Charmed, because Infatuated, no, Fantasy is like more red, Charmed more bronzy. I saw Samantha go in with a natural hair brush, and she was actually quite successful in placing product down. Yeah, that's all right with me. I automatically use my finger on my silicone applicator, because usually with these textures it's actually very difficult to place them on your lid, but this 253 from Smith is doing just fine. I'm not getting any fallout on my face, and considering how chunky it is in the pan because it has the iridescent pieces of pearl in there, the risk is higher, but that's not bad, man. Just with a little bit of Fantasy, because I want to create like a grading effect. Same brush, but on the border between Spanked and Charmed. So it has a little bit of a grading effect between the pink and the bronze. Definitely going in with Crave. That's like the champagne-y iridescent shade, the lightest one of them all. Going back in with Spank to make sure that the outer corner is still looking rich. Blending out the edges. Now with my Zoeva 234, I'm gonna take Love Bite. I'm gonna really smoke out this lower lash line, man. I'm gonna take a little bit of Kinky, same shader brush, and just tracing it on the inner portion. So I'm gonna put in a little bit of shine there, and I feel this is a beautiful shade. It's the only pearlized shade in the palette, but it has beautiful glide and it applies quite well with the brush. And just for fun, popping a little bit of Infatuated just to the base of the lash line. I don't want it to overtake the look. I want it to just add a little bit of glitz. Now, I mistakenly applied the glitter first before I applied wing liner, but I'm gonna attempt to do that off camera, apply these lashes, and I'll be right back. Ooh, we had a hard time with this wing liner, man. Because I flushed up, I just used concealer to clean up the bottom of the wing, but left it there so it could look like a deliberate negative space, because I'm so creative. Now I want to check out Spanked on the cheeks, and this is the shade we applied to the outer corner, but I'm going to apply it higher on the face so it could kind of cradle the eye look we created. I think I'm going to use the same Wayne number 2, but be very careful because this is pink. I'm gonna apply it higher around the eye area. Ooh, that created a nice wash of color. I'm also gonna take a little bit around the temples, cradling the eyebrows. Ooh, I feel I got glue on my fingers, but I don't know where. Ooh, I love how that turned out. Let's just do a little bit of buffing, just so that there are no harsh edges and everything looks diffused. I'm just gonna pop off the highlight a little bit more because I already have this on standby. This is my Dior Skin Nude Air Luminizer. This is the gold shade in 03. I'm just gonna take my Inglot 4SS. I'm just gonna carefully just in the temple area, or I should say cheekbone. Face anatomy, hello. Just buff that into the skin. I'm taking my Wayne number 2 again with a little bit of Spank because I feel that the highlighter went a little too far down and I just want to blur those edges so it doesn't look so highlighty this way, but it stays within the cheekbone area, the high points. I feel I should make my lip pinkier. Let's see what we got. Oh, you know what? Let's try this shade. I wasn't crazy about it when I was swatching and reviewing the whole collection. It is in the shade At Twilight, and it's much peachier in nature, but maybe because of the look we got going on, it will kind of, let's see. I have gloss on, but I'm just applying it right over it. Ooh, okay. I'm just cleaning up the edges of my lips. Taking more Dream Date to the center of my lip to add a little more nude. And here we have look number 3. How do you like it? Oh, I forgot to mention. Oh, this is very important. I also added Marc Jacobs gel liner in the shade Miss Me. It's a very pastel lilac color that I applied to the waterline just to kind of add a little bit of dimension and contrast to the rest of the purples and pinks we have on the eyes. Let me know what you think down below, if you feel this is still worth getting, or if you've experimented thus far and you feel you're getting the same looking eyeshadow looks. I find if you're really careful with how you combine the mattes, you can get distinct looks. Now, yes, once you combine all the mattes, they're all gonna look the same, like that deep mauve wine pink color. I really like the palette. I think the mattes perform sensationally. They are very easy to blend. There is a lot of kickback in the pan, so unfortunately you just have a tissue on standby to take off the excess powder from the well frame. Otherwise, I'm very happy with how the wizard shades work, with fingers, with brushes, with silicone applicators. I think you have a wide range of shades here, even though they're within the same color story. I particularly love rose and blush tones a lot, and I think this is what you get in this palette. If you're not a die-hard rose blush tone fan, then definitely stay away from the new Nude. If you want more traditional shades, maybe check out her Rose Remastered or even her Desert Dusk. I think this is my favorite out of the three just because I love these tones and I'm a fan of monochromatic looks. I would just actually use one of the medium tone shades all over my lid and create an all matte eye, which I feel is just so beautiful. But again, that's my preference, and this is not to convince you to buy it. If you already have it and you're having trouble with inspiration or just grabbing different looks from the palette, then I hope this video helped. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another tutorial, demo, chit chat, or review. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.